Hey everyone, finished watching the next Dino Thunder episode, Disapearing Act. I got confused with the title because there's another episode called Vanishing Act, and I think there's another episode of Beetleborgs or VR Troopers called Disappearing Act. So anyway, this one starts off, Elsa shows Mesagog her new plant, Thornox. Tommy and Haley see her gathering some glowing green ooze. Tommy goes to check out what the ooze could be and gets attacked by pteranodrones. At school, Ethan and Cassidy are planning a date, and Ethan is nervous. Anton Mercer is still the school substitute. Oh, so that's cool. They actually followed up on that. That was something I genuinely thought they had forgotten they did. He's in the middle of a class when suddenly he excuses himself. He runs out and Trent follows him. He's beginning to transform into Mesagog. He escapes through an invisiportal. That never comes back again. It's just one of Dino Thunder's weird things of peppering in little bits of things that won't be paid off for a couple of episodes, probably. Like, I do like these scenes with Anton Mercer and Trent, especially, but it kind of is annoying that that's rarely the focus of an episode. It's usually just one of those things where they pepper it in. At Tommy's lab, Haley discovers the green ooze may be able to demorph Tommy. It works, but it turns him invisible. Elsa, meanwhile, has used the ooze to grow Thornox to human size. The Rangers tried to teach Ethan how to behave on a date. Okay. So, Kira's trying to get him to dress fashionably. Connor is trying to teach him how to dance. Connor can dance. Did you know Connor could dance? I didn't know Connor could dance. And Trent's just trying to teach him how to be like a proper gentleman and light candles and how to set a table or something. Okay. What show did I walk into here? They're interrupted by Thornox attacking. Thornox leaves for some reason after they fight for a very brief amount of time, and Ethan is like, oh no, I'm late for my date! So Ethan races off to meet with Cassidy. The others watch him through the lab's monitors. Invasion of privacy a bit there. Tommy uses his current predicament to help out Ethan when Ethan starts to bomb really bad. He brings Ethan some flowers to give to Cassidy. Suddenly, Elsa, who's also spying on Ethan, is Ethan the most interesting person on the planet or something? She sends a bunch of Tyranodrones to attack. Hey, wait a minute. I thought Elsa last episode was all like, we need a reason to send Tyranodrones. Yeah, weird, right? Tommy helps out Ethan while the others deal with the White Ranger clone and Thornox. Ethan flies in to help, and Trent disappears for a while. They kind of, didn't really know how to handle the Japanese footage here, I guess, or splice it in with some shots of Trent. The Rangers destroy Thornox, but then he grows. The Rangers call the Zords, and even useless Brachio shows up. What are you doing here, dude? Trent remains somewhere else, and the White Ranger clone steals his Megazord. And the Rangers don't even seem too, concerned about this. In fact, they just whack Trent's poor Megazord around like they intend to destroy the freaking thing. What the... Like, dude. It's Trent's Zord now. Shouldn't he have some say in whether or not you freaking destroy it? Haley should really work on improving Zord security. Thornox is destroyed for good, and the clone gets away. I guess with Trent's Megazord, he still has it. Ethan decides to break up with Cassidy. His ranger duties take priority. To his relief, Cassidy tells him that her journalistic responsibility takes priority, but they agree to remain friends, which I think they work better as anyway. This is a pretty basic episode, not a lot to look too deep into this time. The green ooze Elsa wants never gets an explanation. What it is, why it's there, how it can do what it does. Dino Thunder is full of weird things that just never go explored. Tommy finally gets to take part in some action, and Solo. I'm surprised that all this time he was stuck in his suit. He didn't take part in nearly any of the battles. Anton Mercer is still the school substitute, which is cool. That was something I didn't think they were going to follow up on ever. It doesn't really mean much to this episode, but it is nice that they remembered that. Tommy turning invisible after being stuck in his morphed form is similar to when Bulk and Skull got turned into chimps, and then turned invisible before returning to normal, and I honestly wonder if there was any influence there. It's such an oddly specific thing to happen. The Rangers try to teach Ethan different things for his date, and, like I said earlier, this feels really weird. It doesn't really fit the tone, although Dino Thunder, one of the biggest problems with it is it doesn't really have a consistent tone. Like, it'll go from being really silly to being more serious to being boring and weird and not make any sense, and whatever. I like this scene. It's goofy in a good way. It's one of those weird times in Power Rangers where just something totally out of left field happens. White Ranger clone can use Trent's Megazord. That's something I didn't know he could do. Trent doesn't have any strong feelings about this, apparently. It might have been neat to see Trent and the clone battle for control over the Megazord. Actually, I think that would have made for a good, whole episode. And the other thing that it made me think about when the Rangers are just wailing on the poor, whatever Zord, Trent's Megazord, it made me think of way back in Mighty Morphin, Return of an Old Friend, was it? There was some episode where the bad guys had gotten control of the dormant Dragon Zord, and the Rangers are fighting with the Dragon Zord, and they're about to destroy it, and then you see Tommy off in the distance, yelling, "Guys, you don't have to do that now!" And he's really desperate, and you're kind of worried, oh no, are they going to actually destroy Dragon Zord? Because it's kind of it's really important to Tommy now. Anyway, but then the Dragon Zord's fine, it goes back underwater, it's back to being dormant forever. And forgotten about forever, I guess. But yeah, I kind of would have appreciated a scene like that with Trent being like, "Guys, don't destroy my Megazord," or something. Some reaction from Trent would have been nice. I kind of wish Cassidy and Ethan's relationship continued. They have a good dynamic, though it's not perfect. I also prefer it way more than Cassidy's later relationship in the show. But I don't know. I think Ethan and Cassidy work fine as friends. Then again, I'm just not really big on, girlfriend-boyfriend relationships in shows, romantic relationships in shows to begin with. I don't know, rarely do I like them. There are a few times where it works, Wes and Jen, their relationship slowly building over the course of Time Force is really cool. Tyler and Shelby in Dino Charge, that's a really good one. And Izzy and Fern in Dino Fury, they work pretty well together. But yeah, I don't know. For the most part, though, relationships and shows just... It's nice when it's, there in the background, like it is in Time Force and Dino Charge and Dino Fury and all those. But when it's, the B story of a whole episode, then I'm kind of tuned out. But it is good what's there. I'm kind of rambling now, so that's about all I have to say about this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.
What's that?